Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP, St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive is brought to you with the compliments of Ultramart and Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Looking for a one-stop shop for all your grocery and household needs? Look no further than Ultramart. We stock a variety of options from the world's leading brands, all at affordable prices. Whether you're looking for fresh produce, pantry staples, or household essentials, we've got you covered. And that's not all. Don't miss out on our ultra specials and promotions for a chance to win hundreds of dollars in vouchers, hampers, and special prizes. Visit any one of our 4 convenient locations today or check us out on our Facebook and Instagram page. Ultramart, your one-stop shop for all your grocery and household needs. Shop smart. Shop Ultramart.
Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Thursday, the 20th of August. My name is Andre Paul. Let's say good morning to the folks on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and also on DBS Television Live. Welcome to the show. Good morning to our listeners on 95.9 FM. Those of you online listening at REV-UP.SLU.com, etc., etc. Welcome. It's great to have you. My name is Andre Paul. And next to me is Natalie.
It's great to have you and it's great to be had. What up, yo?
That's a you talking there.
It's great to be had, guys.
That's a you talking there. All right. Let's say good morning.
Hey, that was a contextless message.
Andrew, what's the youth?
This young lady right
She's
here.
a youth?
Yes, of course, in the early 20s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't it great to be had?
Of course,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
That was a contextless sentence. So put the context in it as you like.
All right. So let's say good morning
Lady
to
J,
Lady
what's
J.
up?
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm just listening to y'all.
Isn't it great to be had, Lady J?
No. It's great to be on Earth. Because
That
your
it
hat,
is.
I don't know where it's coming from. So I'm not going to accept that hat thing. But if it happened to you and him last night, good for y'all.
What are we talking about?
I have no
you see,
idea.
I said it's a contextless
Yeah.
sentence.
Exactly.
So she put the context.
Yes, her
Exactly.
own
She,
context.
AP?
Exactly.
She put her context.
I know
I
when
said-
AP
you
laughs,
said- no, but
according
AP
to you,
said-
when AP laughs loud, I know what's on his mind.
I haven't laughed
AP
loudly as
said-
yet.
Yes,
I
you did.
haven't. No, she's laughing loudly.
AP said, it's good to have you. And
Yes,
then
yes.
I picked up and I said, it's good to have you. That means all the listeners, whatever platform you're on, listener, it's good to have you and it's good to be had. That's all.
Okay, I got you. Andrew, you know the Kings, St. Lucia
Oh,
Kings
she-
lost.
Oh, yes.
That's
Pojab.
called- that's
Oh,
called-
boy,
Pojab.
oh, boy. Yeah, Pojab.
One. I was praying that they would. No,
Well, let's look at the
it's
bright
not. It
side.
hasn't been bad actually.
No, it hasn't.
Because they haven't been beating
No.
them badly.
No.
You know, just a few. Let me check my phone for how much.
It could be one run.
157. Guyana
It
was
could be one
157
run.
for 3.
It is what it is.
Exactly, Andre, if it's 1.
Yeah.
And St. Lucia was 151
You see?
for 7.
So what, 2 runs?
So, no, 151 for 7. This one is 157 for 3.
Oh, 57. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for 3.
Mm.
So they would never, I mean, that's 7 and that's 3. So, hey, as soon as they got to 157 and it's only 3 batting, you stop right there because we win already.
Mhm.
Right.
Understand?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
we win
yes,
already. So, sad. There's one more game, Andre. That's on Friday.
Mhm.
Please, 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 St. Lucia Kings, please, go rest. Go rest. Get massages. Do whatever you'll have to do. Stretch up that leg.
Yes.
Stretch up the mind. Please win.
Oh.
Don't let it be a one of 4. Let it be a 2.
You know, Mike Tyson, famous boxer, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy faced some monsters, some giants, some giraffes. He's a short guy. He's a short guy.
Oh, I like how you put it, giraffe.
This guy, and he doesn't matter who you were, he just comes at you.
My mother
Okay?
tells me stories about
Yeah, he
fights.
just comes at you, no matter who you are. And they were interviewing Mike Tyson, and they asked him, how are you able to face these huge fellas that are coming at you? And he said something. He said, I'm not afraid of these guys.
Good.
That's what he said. I'm not afraid of these guys. And that says a lot, because no matter who you are, he just comes at you.
Yeah. And in
So
any
that
competition.
alone,
Yeah.
right? Your opponent reads that like a
That's your
billboard
aura. Yeah.
that you're not afraid.
Yeah.
Well, the opponent might feel the same way too, eh? Don't forget.
Well, it's who's
Because-
better at it.
Because exactly, the
who's
better
more
will,
who's more
because-
confident.
Yeah, the opponent have to feel the same way in order to be a part of the competition. He's feeling that way, but remember, Andre, something you missed out. Remember when he was fighting against, was it Holyfield?
Mhm.
Was it? He bit off his ear.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, that's
Because
right.
he was losing.
Yeah.
So that wasn't.
No,
fair game.
he wasn't. The reason he did it is because in the first fight, Holyfield, I think he injured his eye. I think he got a headbutt from Holyfield. So he was angry from that time.
Oh, I thought it was because
And
he was losing.
He just lost it. You see, he
Bit of
wasn't
the
calm and collected as he normally is. He just wanted to get back at the guy because he got a really, he actually had a, the eyes was swollen. Yeah, sorry, his eye was swollen. It was really,
But
really
that's all
bad.
in
And
fighting
bleeding and
anyway,
everything.
Andre.
Yeah.
All of that gets swollen
Yeah.
when they fight.
But the thing is that it was a headbutt. They just came at each other
Yeah.
and he got the worst of it. So he was angry.
Yeah.
And at that time there, as I said, he wasn't thinking logic. Now, on the other hand, interesting now, Holyfield said, because they asked him why didn't he lose his school, he said he was thinking of the money. Yeah, it was, I think, like
So guess what
$47
he
million.
won?
$47
And he won
million.
one
Yeah,
time,
of course.
just like
Because he
that.
thought if he had just
but he
come
was
back
being
at,
on-
at,
he said
at
that,
Tyson,
Andre?
yeah,
I gotta go
he
back
had
to
come
that.
back at Tyson, right? He would have probably lost that money because what he wanted to do,
The anger
he
would
wasn't
be on
allowed
both
to
of
do
them.
it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
anger would be on both of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So
And he was taller and everything else. But Andre, the worst part, I remember watching that. We were all in the room, in the house, watching that. My dad, all of us. Andre, the piece of air was
Yeah.
on the ground.
yes.
And he had to pick that up and sew that back. He has it.
Yeah.
It's not that his air looks the same actually because of that piece.
But you know, Mike
You know?
Tyson ended up going to his house.
And apologizing?
Yeah, and he apologized.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
he
was
actually
good,
went,
Andre.
yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't,
good
I
for
didn't
him.
know that.
That's
I'm
excellent.
happy to hear that.
Yeah, that came
Never
later.
heard that.
That came later.
That's excellent.
Really,
Yeah.
very
He's
good.
made quite a turnaround. Huh?
He
It's taken
has.
several decades, but he's really
Yes.
come to a good space in
Yes.
his life.
Yes.
I think it's like almost everybody else. There's something about having fame, and not everybody can handle that. You know, that's nothing easy
It's
all
a
that
to handle that.
everything.
And all
You
that
look at the
money.
lives of most of these people who are very rich and so on. They having a rough time.
Yeah.
You know, a rough time, man, to handle that sort of thing. I mean, little me here in little St. Lucia, right? I don't have a little break. I just go to the supermarket. I tend to go and pick up one or two things. I end up spending sometimes 45 minutes there, you know.
Yes.
Somebody always has something to talk about. You know, they meet you, they see you, they have to say something to you.
Yeah.
One time I remember I was wearing shades. The guy said to me, do you think because you were wearing shades I recognize you?
Somebody said that?
Yes,
Oh,
you
really?
think I recognize you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Or sometimes, right? You know, there's a particular person that maybe that likes to talk a lot, right? And they'll keep and hold you back.
Yep.
So
how do you get out of that,
So
Andre?
you tiptoeing that they won't see you, and somebody recognizes you, Andre Paul,
Yeah.
and then the person just turns around, and they come to you and say, "Oh my God, they
But
catch
how do you
me.
handle? I
They
gotta
catch
go.
me."
How do you handle? I gotta
At
go.
some point, I say, I have to probably, just
But you have to
intervene.
give each person some time, I realize.
Yeah,
You
even
have
if
to
it's
give
30 seconds.
some
So
time.
if little me, you know what I mean? Can you imagine these celebrities when people meet them and
And it's not just that, Mr. AP. It's the lack of anonymity as well. The total and the invasion of your life.
yeah, space
Yeah,
and
well,
everything.
Space.
Yes.
People
Yeah.
outside
That's
your
what comes with
house.
fame.
And a lot of us don't have a sense of timing, a sense of occasion.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to Natalie, and maybe you just come and just butt in.
Yeah.
And just take over the
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah. Instead of waiting
and say, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
Happens
It
a
happens.
lot.
It happens. It happens to me as well. I just smile and the thing is, in some cases, Andre, sometimes that's even better because the person who is coming to you might the second time around, not the person you're talking to, but the person who is butting in could be the person who would have kept you longer. So it's always good sometimes that you've got somebody else. So when you finish, you can turn back quickly and say, "Thank you for saving." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get into the menu for today at the Thomas Bread Place. Today is going to be chicken pilau, your
Nice,
favorite.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or cow heel soup. Okay, so it's chicken pilau or cow heel soup. I can tell you the cow heel soup, that is very filling.
Oh, is it?
It's very filling when you see because there's something that the cow heel is thick.
Aha.
Yeah, it's very thick. So if you're a person, when you eat, you want to feel like you're full, that's a good thing to have. Yeah.
I
And the
just
thing-
saw someone, Madeline's, she posted some, Andre. I got to tell, Madeline, just in case you're listening this morning, Andre likes that as well. So when you cook the next time, bring for Andre.
Which one?
The
The cow heel soup? Oh,
You don't
okay.
like it?
Of course, I love it.
Oh, she does it, and everything she does, I realize that she posts.
Mm.
Yeah, she posts.
Yeah, she's
So-
a good cook actually.
Yeah, she is.
So so it's
One
chicken
of our-
pilau today.
She's the one who likes 3 different persons. Yeah, Madeline, Andre,
She likes the
Russell, and
variety.
Charlie.
Yes. Getting back to the menu, either the chicken pilau or the cow heel soup. And of course, while you're there, remember to check out the Simos beverages, which include blueberry, that's good stuff. Beet is good stuff with the flax seeds and the chia seeds. You have the guava day, right, with sunflower seeds, good for both men and women, but especially the guys. Coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch. The peanut punch has a little alcohol, so there's a little oomph to it.
It's a little
oomph.
pizzazz.
Yeah. Do you consume alcohol?
No.
No, none. Yeah?
None.
And Lady J, what about you?
No,
a
no,
little
no,
something?
Mm-mm.
You see? Wow. Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
then,
yeah.
but then I think we had that discussion,
Yeah,
Andre.
yeah, okay.
It makes absolutely no sense. You wake up in the morning and you just don't feel yourself.
Mhm.
So just don't take it.
Okay.
Water is good.
Alrighty. So there's also regular flaxseed and chia seed sea moss with milk or without milk. So that's what's happening at the Thomas Bread Place today. Chicken pilau or cow heel soup. Now, we have some competing products today. Can I say? Some competing products?
Still
Do
already,
have, yes,
still
yes.
already saying hello to you, Andre.
Yeah.
Again, Andre, thanks always for airing my rubs. God bless you today and every day. She sends you a prayer.
So let's go there first and let's see how we handle this one. So if you have the mal, wherever that mal may be, your first stop should be Silton's Rub. You can get it for either $15 for the small container or the large container, $40. Just call Silton at 716-8018. 716-8018. Again, 716-8018 and ask for Silton's Rub. Now, related to that, we had Frances. She was in studio earlier this week. With Lady J. There was an interview. I think they're having a pageant. Lady J.
Right.
You want to tell us a little about that?
Yeah, the pageant is on. Let me see if I can get my. Yeah. It's been 26 years, they said, but not 26 queens. It's going to be on Sunday, the 6th of September.
What's the pageant called, by the way?
And the pageant is called 50 Plus Golden Pageant.
Yes, I.
Yeah, it used to be 60 plus, but they're having difficulty getting the 60s plus.
Really?
Oh.
Andre, come on, a
Wow.
knee hurting you,
Wow.
this hurting you, that hurting you as you get older because it's 60, 70.
But that's what they told you? They actually said that?
Yeah, they said so on air.
Wow.
I mean, that's what the complaints are, or that's what the,
Really?
when you ask. Not at 60, because 60 plus.
Plus.
Right.
60, 70, 80 can take part.
Gotcha.
But remember, when you're preparing for a pageant, it's a lot of work. You've got to go to the seamstress, you've got to do this. You have to learn your talent, especially if you're not talented. Okay? And you have to find a talent right? So yes, so they decided to come 10 years lower,
Mm-hmm.
And let the
they're
young
getting,
ones in.
Yeah.
and so they do have Kim Dennis, who is the youngest. She's in her, I guess, early 50s.
Mhm.
So she's one of the 5 that will compete on September 6th. So the 2 that came in studio, Miss Moshi and Miss Babono.
Okay.
So Frances Severin
Yeah.
is
So Frances,
Miss
folks, is from Frances
Babono.
Rub. Okay? And she was nice enough this morning to leave us a few of her rubs.
Yeah.
So, did she tell you a little about them, Natalie, when she brought them in?
No, what she did say is that she's going to be in the arcade
today.
very soon. No, just
Oh.
she's getting that up. She's in Viewfort currently, and once they get the arcade all fixed up, she will be moving up here. So people can visit her there.
Mm.
They want to get rid of any aches, pains.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
says directions for use: rub cream on chest and head for colds, flus, and to affected areas for pains and what's that? Piles? Oh, it
Probably
works for
so.
piles
Probably
as well.
so. Yeah, probably
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Hemorrhoids, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
hemorrhoids.
Mhm.
Wow. You know, a lot of us people, we have hemorrhoid issues.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have struggling with hemorrhoids, you can try Frances Rub.
Mhm.
Yeah, for the hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
A lot of people suffer with this
Didn't
thing.
know that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just don't say it.
I don't suffer with it.
We don't
so
say it.
Amen
Yeah.
to that. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I know people who suffer with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those of you who are suffering with hemorrhoids, I can tell you, that's as a result of lack of fiber in the diet.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Or pressing too much, Andre.
Well, because
when you get
you're pressing
onto the
because you don't
toilet.
have the fiber. The fiber
Yeah.
would you can go to the toilet very, very easily.
Mm.
But the minute you see you're lacking fiber in the diet, you're going to develop piles. That's just how it is. Yeah.
Drink
So one
water.
way of easing that, apart from
Drinking a
Francis
lot of
Rub,
water.
is including a lot of fiber in the diet.
Lots of
And of us, we don't like it. We don't like the fiber.
Why?
We have to chew too much. It's too much work. So we just prefer the nice, softy touch like the mac and cheese and so on.
Too
That's what we
much
prefer.
chewing?
Yeah, that's what we
That's the
prefer.
problem?
Yeah, it's
Well,
just too
fiber, I
it's
mean,
too
you know.
difficult. That's heavy stuff. That's there.
Cornflakes and milk.
Yeah, that's
And
heavy
Andre,
stuff.
there's another one that came in yesterday. Sheena Sherabin Cherry from Moshi. She's Miss Moshi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
Well-
fiber, people really have a problem with the chewing?
Yeah, but you think if
Andre
you have
said
to
that.
if you have to make a choice, right? Chewing, let me see, red beans vis-a-vis some mac and cheese. Think of that.
But,
Oh, nice
but
and
the
chew.
when
So-
you chew, that's when you get the flavor.
Well, you get the
Taste it.
fiber.
You can
get the
taste the
fiber.
He's
food.
talking about the fiber.
No, I'm saying
for
that
the
the
body.
chewing, it allows for the taste of the food to come out of the actual morsel that you're that's how I feel anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you
You see what
feel.
I'm
But
saying?
some people might not even eat it because they want to taste it. People just eat because they want to eat.
And also
You
the taste
understand? And
as
that's
well.
why. Yeah.
It is great. Yeah, you got cheese in there. You got cream.
Well, I'm not one of those.
I
I
know,
don't
I know.
eat. I don't eat.
Wow.
Not because of health. I just don't like spaghetti or macaroni from a kid.
Mhm.
I don't eat pasta. I don't eat spaghetti. I don't eat macaroni.
So
Yeah.
do people eat raw, like a raw carrot?
Some
And
people
munch on
probably
that?
do that.
I don't see that at all.
I eat that all
My-
the time.
Really, just the raw
my-
carrot?
Yeah, it's-
wow,
My nephew,
wow.
my,
Raw
my
carrot.
grandson does it,
Yeah.
and I will not eat it the way you eat it. But if I grate it,
You grate it?
I'll
yeah.
eat it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
without.
And that's good for you if you're able to do that. I know. I think Anthony was telling me his little daughter, she eats the tomatoes raw. That's what he was
Yes,
saying.
that I
It's
couldn't
great.
do,
That's, yeah, raw tomatoes.
Yeah.
are great.
and that's a good
Yeah.
thing. But I couldn't do that, Andre.
No,
It tastes
I
so
don't. I
yuck.
don't. Yeah, I find it's
Oh.
it's
It
yuck.
tastes yuck.
Yeah.
So do you make salads at home?
Yes.
Nah,
Yeah.
no,
But
not
I
yet,
still won't
okay.
put the tomato in it. The only time I eat
Oh.
that is if it is in the soup.
Mhm.
If it's in the sauce,
Yeah.
your gravy, then I'll eat that.
So getting back to Francis Rub there, if it can help with the fibroids, beautiful. But there's a cause for every effect. I'm just saying, if you really want to address that problem, you need to up your
Your
intake of
fiber,
fiber.
yes.
That's
And
just
water, of course, Andre. Water pushes
Lots of
everything.
water and-
Yeah,
It does.
lots of
Okay,
water.
all right.
Yeah, you need to drink
Okay,
water,
okay.
Andre.
All right. No, I didn't say no. I
Water,
didn't say no. I
water,
didn't. I didn't know.
yeah.
I didn't know it used to push. That's what I didn't know. All right. So. Now, folks, a quick reminder, right, that today we have the healing process at 11:30. So we're going until 11 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
So if there's anything you guys want to mention, because I have a lot of things to talk about, go right ahead and mention that right now. This is a democracy. So go ahead. Anything you want to mention?
Well,
Natalie?
it's not even so much just a mention. It's more of a conversation topic. But if you have lots that you want to talk about, we should get.
Well, it's not all about me,
Okay.
you know what I mean? No, it's not about me.
I do want to mention something that's not going to take long, but if
Okay.
it's a topic, then maybe we can after that. Lady J. Pageant's responsible for Joselle Cooper, who is now representing St. Lucia in Guyana at the Miss Beauty and Intelligence pageant. And I would love everybody to support her. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram, go on TikTok, check it out. The 2026 Miss Caribbean Beauty and Intelligence pageant. This year there's 7 young ladies. She's doing pretty good. She looks pretty good too. And she's shining, because we gave her a good wardrobe and she's doing good. So please, people, go out and support Joselle Cooper, our Miss St. Lucia,
Alrighty.
and the Lady J Pageant.
Wonderful.
That show
Okay.
is this Saturday, Andre.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
So, would you like to talk about your...
How do you feel about youth offenders? This doesn't happen in St. Lucia, but in the States, youth offenders being tried as adults for horrific crimes like murder
Yeah.
and spending the rest of their lives in prison. Like 16-year-olds who kill their parents, or they kill their whole family, or they're a sniper and they shoot
Yes.
six children
Or more.
Mhm.
And they're 16, technically minors, but the court system decides based on what you've done, and we believe that you knew what you were doing, you contemplated it, you deliberated, and therefore it's first-degree murder.
Mhm.
And so now you're being tried as an adult and you're 16. And they decide, I just read about a young man, his name is Kip Kirkland or something like that. He killed his parents in one afternoon, then went to school the next day, shot 27 people, 2 of whom died,
Mhm.
and they gave him 111 years in
Yeah.
jail.
Mhm.
And so he's 43 now, and the debate keeps coming up about that kind of thing. What do you think about being tried as an adult, as a child, technically still a child, and spending the rest of your life in jail, even if you've done these horrific things?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how the law applies in all countries, because it's possible that in some countries, if you're below a certain age, that you cannot be held liable or criminally responsible for your actions because you're underage. So I'm not sure exactly how some countries manage that, but we do know that, for example, in the US, if as long as you see 16, somewhere around there, that you're going to be tried as an adult. Because at that age there, you are expected to know the difference between right and wrong, especially when taking somebody's life is. And more so, I mean, it depends on how horrific what you did. You just mentioned the fact that, you killed your parents, well, you murdered your parents, and then you murdered other people. These are very, very, very serious actions.
And the next day, that means that he had hours upon hours upon hours. It wasn't some sort of temporary insanity, at least.
Yeah.
We can imagine that.
And yeah, so if you did the crime, you got to do the time. Once you have a certain age, I feel that if you are 12 years old and you do that sort of thing, I don't think you should be sent to prison for life. I don't think so. I think you should be sent to
Rehabilitated.
for rehabilitation and so on. Yeah, that's how I would handle it if I were in the position. But I certainly do understand. I mean, this is a serious. Even if you're 12 years old and you murder your own parents, wow, that's a very, very serious thing.
But to say what she said, murder parents and murder and shoot 20-something people, killing 12. Andre, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for that individual. But if 12 years later they have not apologized or rehab has not changed that individual, they need to stay longer. I don't believe, as you say, 12 years should remain in prison for life, because it depends on what life is for that individual. It could be short, it could be a long life. They could be in prison for 80 years, they could reach 80 years, as well as they could die in their 40s. But I'm saying at the time that individual from 12 years old reaches 50, that person should be sorry for what they did and try to get out.
Yeah.
But I don't think that person should ever get out in their 20s, 30s, or 40s. No, because you didn't give the other people the opportunity. No way.
Just yesterday I read a story, I think in the Philippines, a high school student.
Yes.
He shot, I think, one student in a high school, But what was interesting about that case is that he was live streaming what he was doing. Yeah.
So that's premeditated.
Yes.
Because you thought about it.
Yeah, he's live streaming what he's doing.
Ouch.
Yes. So that is taking things to
And
another
how
level.
old?
I didn't see the age. I looked out for the age. They said
He
it
was
was
a teenager though, right?
Yeah, a teen,
Yeah.
a high school student.
Wow.
Yeah, in the Philippines.
And sometimes they claim to be, well, this young man I was just telling you about, he said that he was having auditory hallucinations, and someone told him to kill everyone,
Yeah.
just kill everyone. So was he responsible for his actions?
Well, the thing is, I imagine the psychiatrist must have examined
Exactly.
him
We'll have to do
and
that.
would have determined whether he was competent, fit enough. Maybe he, that he does have some psychiatric
going
problem
on.
or something going on with him. There's a case there in Jamaica where a lady had asked her fiancé to speak about some problem, and because he didn't respond right away, he told her, "We'll talk later." She got so angry, she went, took a baby that they have together, and she threw the baby over the balcony, I think the second floor of the house, and the baby died. The baby was killed. Now, when they took her to court now, even the judge began to realize there's something wrong with this lady. So they sent her for a psychiatric evaluation.
So why would you kill the baby based on your husband not
Because
doing
of
something?
Because
she has
what's
an
going
issue,
on?
the brain.
I guess we don't understand
the
that.
brain, yeah.
I was asking a psychiatrist. So when people say they see things, do they see things? He said yes, they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They see this is something that they're seeing. We just
Yeah.
don't understand that dark place that they're in.
Yeah,
we
my-
don't
And,
understand.
and remember, the people who have dementia and Alzheimer's is the same thing. They say they seeing things and they talking to things. And I don't think we realized when we were small that these people were not crazy. Were not crazy. We were thinking that these people were crazy. I remember.
Of sound mind,
Yeah.
unsound mind. Don't
Yeah.
say crazy. We
Well,
move
of
away from
sound
that.
mind.
Yeah.
Now, well, Andre, I'm saying what I said when we were small. I'm going back to when we were small. Now we know what to say, so let me go ahead with that. So when we were small, we were saying these people were crazy, and we would run across the road because we didn't want to walk next to them. As we get older, and as the world begins to evolve, we realize they are not crazy. They have issues, but they're not crazy. So
You-
now
why
we
is he
know to
using that
say.
word?
No, they are not crazy. Now we know. Andre, let me finish my words. They are not crazy. Now we know to say they are of sound mind.
Unsound.
Unsound mind. And we also know. We also have. What's the place down there where the gym is?
You mean
The
the
hospital.
the wellness center?
Yes. Now they call it the wellness center as opposed to the madhouse.
Of course.
So we're evolving.
So now that you're talking about that, a lady called yesterday, and she was talking about the government or the authorities having a place to house the people who have unsound mind, because some of them are not considered to be criminals. So they are free to walk about, to roam, and so on. And she was saying that she has her brother who apparently steals. Now, she's condemning his actions. She made it very clear she doesn't support what he's doing and so on. But the thing is that when he's out there doing his thing, those in the community who know him, they know he has a problem. And she said they beat him up. Every time they beat him up. So she was making a case for the authorities having a place where these people can stay. But there's another argument to that argument, and the argument is that you can't put them in like a prison kind of thing. You can't hold them against their will. So that's where we have the problem.
But if
Yeah.
he's of unsound mind, he's in an institution, not in prison, right?
Well, the thing is, as it's like at the wellness center, somebody who's of unsound mind, they'll be kept there maybe for a couple of days or something, until they give them some medication, calm them down, and they are free to leave. You can't keep them. You can't keep them there.
What we need basically is somewhere where they can be held for at least 3 months, because Andre, there's nothing you can do in 3 days.
No.
There's nothing one can do in 3 days. I
And
mean, the
that
person has a
needs
problem.
ongoing
They need 3 months, 6 months,
psychological-
9 months, a
Yeah.
year, to be looked after before they are sent out. So I think that is something that we should look into and have, even if you can house 10 persons at any time.
But again,
you know-
you know what will happen is the resources.
Exactly.
That's part of it,
So
and
what's
of course,
going
human rights as well. Human rights. So you'll have a fight on that side.
But it's still a problem with the people in the neighborhood, as you said, Andre, knowing that he has that issue and still wanting to grab him and beat him.
Yeah.
If you know that's the problem, grab him, hold him, don't beat him.
Yes, that's true. But while I'm not condoning it, I understand how they feel. Because when you've lost something, somebody's stolen something from you, you get very angry.
True.
Yeah, I'm not condoning the beating and so on.
It's very ticklish.
So I understand
But
where
grabbing him
you're
and
coming from.
tying him up until the police come is already torture. But beating him is excess.
And also, I could imagine if you're beating that person maybe on their head or something, you're making the situation worse.
Yeah.
Making it a lot worse.
He will get worse.
But that's where information and education comes in, because a lot of people don't know about these people not being of sound mind.
Yeah.
You know, they just think you're troublesome or lazy.
No, he said they know in the
Yes,
community.
yes,
He
they
said
know- they know him. They
and
know
they're
him.
still doing that.
Yeah, they know him.
I see.
But I see nothing wrong in making an appeal and seeing maybe the authorities can do something by having a place to, as you said, there for a short period.
Yeah.
Because it's for their own protection, their own good, and the society in general. So I think maybe moving forward, governments will be moving in that direction.
And also, Andrew, we've heard lots of stories where the police would come in and take them down. And you find the family would complain that you knew he was of
Exactly.
unsound mind and you still,
Yes.
put
Yes.
that bullet.
And also, exactly, because the police now have confrontations with them and end up shooting them, and sometimes it's deadly.
And it's not just in St. Lucia, it's happening around the world as well.
Yeah.
So, but what we're saying is they have institutions for them in the different countries, but we don't have. We in St. Lucia. So we need to look into that for sure.
We just saw a naked man yesterday afternoon, Janice and I.
Where?
Just outside REV-UP. He was walking very gingerly.
When you say naked, you mean the way he was born?
In his
Wow.
birthday suit.
Of the suit.
And we thought, that's
I have
a
not
man.
seen that.
Yeah,
I've
he was
not
just
seen
he was
that.
walking like this.
I have seen them with their with pants
Yeah,
on,
he-
but the
he
crotch
was-
wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
was
I have not seen
completely-
no
yeah.
clothes. Wow.
Okay, let's get into some other stuff happening here in St. Lucia. 1 second. The big story,
Yes, you.
the big story concerning Castries Central MP Richard Frederick. And we have to say so because we know,
It's in the
those of
news?
us, it's been in news, it's in the news, and there have been a lot of people following this story very closely to see how the authorities would handle it. So the authorities have handled it in the way that they think was done professionally, because there was an investigation. The police commissioner came out and he actually said that it's a very complex thing because apparently there are some people who are involved or allegedly involved overseas. So the investigating officer actually had to leave St. Lucia to go do an interview with those people, whoever it is that was involved. But apparently nothing came out of that. Yeah, nothing substantial. So from what the police commissioner is saying, that the investigation is basically over. So he says if anybody provides any additional information, any additional evidence, they can reopen the case. But for now, it's a closed case as far as the police are concerned. Because remember, the police are the ones who went and arrested Mr. Frederick, okay? And that happened. And in fact, I remember I made a comment. I said, and I know some people think that I shouldn't say that because the law should be blind. But I feel that depending on who you are in the society, for example, let me give an example. Say you have the Archbishop is alleged to have done something really egregious, right? I think that as long as the person doesn't pose a flight risk and things like that, the person for the most part has never been involved in anything untoward. To me, the way you handle that, I'm just saying to me, the way you handle that, especially you have people who are high in society, when I'm saying everybody's going to look at you and just be judge, jury, and execution and say you're guilty, because that's the way we are, depending on who it is, right? I think that the police should call the individual, unless, of course, you have reason to believe that the person is a flight risk or something. Call them and say to them, sir, madam, this is the police, so-and-so, so-and-so, some allegations have been made against you, and if you don't mind, can you please come down to CID? We'd like to have a chat with you, please. But to go, and I think that many years ago that happened with the Customs Department. I think they arrested Richard someplace in the city, right? Everybody in full view of everybody. Then now this situation, I think they went there to his residence sometime early in the morning, something like that. People still saw, and even if they didn't see, the police officers themselves will go and talk. I mean, nothing stays secret in this country. It's like, hi, somebody's always going to be watching. So I'm just saying, in those kinds of circumstances, let me just get your take on that. That should be done privately. Reason because of who the person is, and also just in case you're wrong, as is the case there right now. Okay? And when Richard had to stop his show and so on, and I'm sure a lot of people without evidence will believe that he's guilty of something. Go
I
hide
don't
it,
think
go
he
on.
stopped the show. He didn't come on the show.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he didn't appear. Thank you.
The show is
Yeah,
still,
yeah, but the show still continues. So I'm just saying, it's clear. He even went on vacation and this sort of thing. It's clear that this thing has negatively impacted him. So, what I just said there, right? How do you feel about that? Do you think that in some circumstances, depending who the person is, you could just ask them, just instead of a big scene in the city and this sort of thing, to go at the person's home and you have a squad with you, right? It just gives the impression as though the person is guilty of something already. Imagine a squad coming to my to my residence in the Clear, a squad, right? And they take me down. They take me down in a police vehicle. People will say, huh? Oh boy, I always suspected this guy, you know.
True.
That's very true. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah, there's something about that guy. It's too good to be true.
Yes.
Yeah, you see them fellas boy,
Once
they
they
judge you
like
already.
that, they're guilty.
Exactly.
I ain't going in that complexion thing. Natalie, you're terrible.
She's just joking.
I know.
So what's your take
Yeah.
on that? Is
I
that
tend to agree with you, AB. I tend to agree with you. Unless they really feel, because you made a great point, if the person doesn't pose a flight risk, if you believe based on their character, because maybe they might say, oh, you never know. You never know what these people are capable of. So maybe the law has to intervene before the possibility.
Yes.
That's a possibility we can accept. But how does one play it? I don't know, you know.
Yeah, because say, for
Exactly.
example, it's you, me, the three of us. We've never really been in any problem with the
No,
law,
no.
right? For the most part, we are law-abiding citizens. And then, there's an allegation that I sexually molested somebody, and all of a sudden now, the police come after me. You know, kind of thing? Yes, sirens blaring and this kind of thing. Take me down,
In the middle of Gablewood's Moor.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine what it does to you, and especially now. And hey, here's the problem. Despite the fact, you see what the police said there? Okay, they found nothing, let's move on, kind of thing. A lot of people will still hold on to that.
And the thing is, you can't take
that.
away what happened that day or that evening or whenever.
Exactly.
You can't take it away. That's the only thing, Andre. That's the only thing. You can't take away what happened, especially if it was not the case. But because my dad was a cop, I would have to say, if they're given a directive, Andre, they have to follow. That's all I can say. If they're given a directive from the top, they have to follow. They may not want to go to Andre's home, right? But they are given a directive. Andre, it's like you telling me, I want you to play these two songs. Whether I like the two songs or not, Andre, that's what you want me to play this morning. I got to play it.
Yeah.
Okay? So...
Well,
yeah.
my point is that whoever's given the directive can also say
We don't need to go to
that
these
far.
extremes.
You understand? Yeah.
So, that's how I see it, because, I grew up with my dad being a cop for all my life. So I know there were times when I know I've heard him when he says, would you like to come to the police, whoever he was talking to, and I've heard him say these exact words.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. I
okay.
have. Because when you were talking about that, I just
You
had my
remember
dad
that?
on my mind.
Wow.
My
wow.
dad is
So
right
you
here
see?
with me.
Yeah.
And
So-
I have heard him saying, would you like to come to CID? I remember those words, so we can have a chat. Very gentle on the phone and so on. I don't know what happens behind closed doors, but I know he would be very gentle on the phone, asking them to come down to talk to him because of somebody making a complaint on them.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
But I've also heard when they have gone to the homes and did
Yes.
exactly what you're talking
Yes.
about.
And as I said, the problem with it is that if, as in this case, the police say they can't find anything, right, of any, to prove whatever allegations that are being made against Richard, the fact is that people will still doubt.
Yeah.
In their minds, he did it. Is this a corrupt system? And this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
That's
Well,
a
Andre,
very-
one thing about it, I have to say, I mean, I know him in the sense of, hi, how you doing? Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know him personally. But what I do know, as a government minister, he works very, very hard. And Andre, because of the fact that he was in one party and he shifted to another, he's always going to get people to be, let's put the easy words, to not like him.
Yeah.
What I like about him is it's like water off his back, because he continues to do a good job. So let me still say bravo to him. This may have hurt him, but He's a strong person on the outside. I don't know what it is at his home.
Yeah, yeah.
I really don't know. We won't know. His family alone would be able to say. But on the outside, he seemed like a very strong person. And I guess that is from being in the police force years ago.
Yes.
Okay, so that may have helped him. I don't know. But what I would say is continue doing the best that you're doing. And if you are involved in any of this, for whatever reason, stop it. That's all I have to say. Stop whatever it is.
Yeah.
And continue being a good citizen and working hard in your ministries.
So as far as I'm concerned, this is a closed matter. So now we can move on. Okay, now remember you and thank you for breaking that story about Amber Geiger and Botham Jean. So now I did my little research to ensure I understood exactly what was going on. So a jury has ordered Amber Geiger to pay the $98 million.
Point something.
Yes. Yes.
She ain't got no money, Andre.
Yeah, and she couldn't afford a lawyer.
No.
So
No, she can afford a lawyer. Well, she's just using that. That's how they are. She can afford a lawyer.
Yeah.
How she was paying her rent. She can afford a lawyer. Mm-hmm.
Remember, she's in prison.
No, I'm saying she could. She may not be able to afford it now because no money is coming in.
Right.
But she could.
So if she can't
But she
afford
also
a
has
lawyer
family.
now, because I think it was a 3-day trial, a 3-day trial that was held. She did not even attend. Okay, so they found her. I mean, they said that she acted with malice, willfulness, callous, and reckless indifference to Jean's safety. Apparently, she said that. Sorry, she mistook the apartment, right? And I'm not trying to say anything in her defense, but I understand it's almost like the CDC apartments. They all look alike.
Right, yeah.
Right? They said she had a 13.5-hour work day that day, so she was probably really, really tired. So we don't know how that happened, but she ended up going on the wrong floor and trying to get into the thing. And when she opened the door...
No, it was slightly open apparently.
Yes, right. It was slightly open. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, correct. Thanks for saying that. Slightly open. And both of them, they said he was having a bowl of ice cream, right? And he came out. He came to see who was entering the apartment. And she just took her
Weapon
service revolver. I guess, stick him up. Now,
Well, she said something and then pushed in the door. But Andre...
so hold on. Let me just set this
outside
stage.
the door.
Yeah.
And he was in the living room, or was he
in the living
bedroom
room eating the ice cream. It look as if he was standing. I don't even know,
Well,
based on what people say.
Yeah, he was probably sitting. That's a possibility. So when he heard maybe the door being pushed, then he got up to see what was going on, and then he encountered her. So she's saying that he was kind of yelling at her. Now, I would understand.
Who are you?
If
must have
he
gone
was
saying,
yelling, I
"I'm
would
in my
understand that.
apartment."
Yeah, what the heck? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Who are
Yeah.
you?
So the argument seems to be her response to him had to do with the fact that he's black.
I think so.
In other words, if she had encountered a Caucasian there, she most likely would not have done what she did. So that was the argument. And the jury agreed. Yeah. So who knows? And she said it's not about to do with
Race?
black or anything like that. She said she was afraid. That's what she said. She was afraid. Yeah.
The argument is also he had a mat to the front. They showed all of that. The photos. The doors are slightly different. Yes, she may have come to the 3rd floor. Even yesterday, Andre. Let me give you what happened yesterday. I'm coming out of here, right? And I thought my car was parked two spaces away from where you usually park your car.
Yeah.
And Andre actually went to the car.
I understand.
And my car was 2 cars
Yes,
away from it.
but
It
Helen-
looked exactly like my car. But guess what? When I came towards it, I'm like, no, that's a lighter color than mine. So what we're saying is she didn't even think. And she's using, okay, I just worked a 13-hour thingy. But as you're getting towards it, you're going to it. But as you get in front of it, you can
Then
pause
it
first.
clocks in.
Yeah,
This is
pause.
this is not my
And you
door.
say, oh,
Yeah.
that's not my car. And you go around.
Right. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Lady.
You know that happened to me a couple of nights ago. My vehicle was parked. I didn't park it in front of our
Like you
office.
always do.
I parked it closer to the bus stop.
Oh,
So I went to the supermarket, right? And I'm coming back now, right, to my vehicle. So I'm coming to my vehicle. So I engage the key and stuff. I say, why isn't the vehicle coming on? Where's the vehicle going? What's going on? I haven't seen anything happening. I realized somebody's vehicle has a vehicle just like mine, apparently.
Really?
Yes, parked close to mine. Just like mine. Say, oh my gosh. Now, suppose I try to be going inside there.
Or someone did that in the States and mash up the handle. And somebody else was videotaping it.
So you see, these little things can happen. They can happen.
Lady J made a good point. It's what you absent-minded until something clocks in. Wait, that's not. I don't have that on my door. That's not how my mat
This is
looks.
not my right.
Then it clocks.
Am I on the wrong floor?
Then you become
But
awake.
you opening the door and ready to attack. You're on the outside. You're not on the inside. You're on the outside. So you have all the chances, the opportunity to say, wait,
what's happening here?
Somebody's in my apartment, but I'm still safe. I'm on the outside. You understand what I'm saying? And none of that. That I disagree as a policewoman. It was like she was just ready to take out this person, in my opinion. Because you're not on the inside where he's coming and you're trapped. You're on the outside. You have all the spaces to run. He, she, them in the apartment are the trapped ones.
And he would have been in his, like I would imagine, vest and underwear or something in his house.
Probably
so.
so.
That
Pants on.
would
They
have been very strange.
pants on.
An intruder wouldn't be relaxed.
And that's the thing about
That is
death.
just so sad.
That's
Honestly,
exactly.
in the man's
that's
house.
the thing about death.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine you there sitting in your home, relaxing
Enjoying
yourself.
your ice cream,
Yeah. You have
like Andre normally do.
You have no idea.
This
These
is
are
gonna
the
come.
last
On your
moments.
mind.
The last moments on this earth. Somebody's just going to come and just upset your life permanently like
But
that.
Andre, you
Wow.
could tell that this guy was comfortable. That's why he would leave the door in the evening.
Slightly ajar.
Ajar.
Exactly. Because if you're like me, even if we're all, Andre, hello, I'm a little coward in my house. I gotta be honest. My house is closed.
Yeah, me too.
Constantly,
Yeah.
constantly
Yeah.
closed.
I used to leave my front door
Windows
open.
are
I
open,
stopped
but-
that. I stopped that.
Yeah,
now. I used to
lock
leave
it.
my vehicle unlocked. I stopped that right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
Andre, we really cannot trust anyone now.
No.
Gotta close it up. You know? Close it up.
So it's a really sad
That's
thing.
sad, that's sad.
She said she never wanted to take an innocent person's life, and she said she's sorry for what she did, and she says it's not about hate; it's just about being scared. I believe. I don't
And
think
you're on
she.
the outside.
I don't think she deliberately planned. I don't think she planned that, right?
Andre, don't make it sound nice for her, please.
No. Let me
We
speak.
lost somebody.
Let me speak. Right? What I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't leave her job after working to go and kill both
This
of them.
man, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
If that was the case, I mean, gosh, man.
She would have found probably, as an intelligent officer, probably a much more believable way to take him
of
out.
doing it.
Yeah.
You understand? I believe she didn't intend. It's just that when she got there, the fact that he was black, that made
And
all the
in
difference.
what she called her apartment.
Well, yeah, again.
So
yeah.
she feels she can fire.
So the fact, because had it been a white dude, most likely she would not have responded like that.
Yeah.
You see, because this, a lot of white folks, unfortunately, see black people as a threat.
Well, we see the white as a threat too. I mean,
they
come on.
see black.
Yeah,
That's why you
I
see you
mean-
have all these encounters with police.
They're
and-
afraid of us. We're afraid of them too, you know. I don't know why people think that they must be afraid of the black. We're afraid of the white too, especially when they're very, 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 very white.
how you describe that? Very,
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 very, very,
kind of
very,
white is
very,
that?
very, very.
So you have
white.
very, very blend people too.
Yeah, the black. Yeah,
very
very.
shabby.
We're afraid of them too. So
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So it's really sad what happened there. But anyway, I feel for the Jean family because
Yeah.
it's highly unlikely she will
They're
ever
gonna
pay
die
that kind of
of
money.
that, yeah.
Remember O.J. Simpson? The same thing. They awarded the
I
family
was thinking of him, yeah.
millions of dollars, and he just didn't bother.
No.
Right? But what the court did, he had his trophies and he had whatever it is that he used to
All these memorabilia and everything. Yeah.
that used to generate income for him.
Yeah.
So they took some of that, to make up for it. So that's the thing about the civil trials.
Yeah, the civil trials, they're a little bit of a... They play both hands where you can feel good that you've won, but you haven't really won anything.
Yes.
The person can't
Yes.
actually pay.
But Andre, going back, do you really think that he did it?
He did one.
Killed.
Oh,
The
well,
two of them.
Well, just like the Richard Frederick thing there, the law says no. We have to accept that. You understand? It's no.
Based on the
We may feel so, right? But it's what the court says, right? And that's the system that we have.
But we uncovered a lot of things too in that time, because we uncovered how he was giving them, the family, so much. So obviously they saw something good in him, because even after they were separated, they were still getting from him, including the rental of the cars. They remember he had Hertz or whatever rental cars. They had a rental.
No, he was the
they
PR
had one
person.
as well.
He was the PR person.
No, but the family had a business.
Which family?
Her family, Nicole's family.
Oh, well, I don't
from
know
him.
about that. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Nicole was a waitress. I think that's how we met her.
Yeah, that's how they met.
In a restaurant. So I'm not sure, but I know for sure the guy that he allegedly killed.
And remember, he was still with his wife, when he met Nicole.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
I think so.
right,
It says it.
That's right.
But the other guy, what is his name again? I forgot his name, and he was the one. Ron Goldman.
Goldman.
Yeah, the Goldman family, man.
That was
Boy, oh
sad.
boy, oh boy. I could imagine how they felt about OJ, right? That because I could tell
Especially his sister.
the father, the way the father used to behave and so on. Because I'm sure there was some serious hate going on there, boy. But then I can't blame them. Anyway, I want to talk about something before we end. This is something that's really, really dear to my heart, because when I read that, it tore me up. I don't even know the person, but it really tore me up. I'm talking about something that happened during that war there in Gaza with Israel and Hamas and Palestinians, right? And I think, remember we spoke about that. I was telling you about the sniper who was watching this girl for hours. Okay, so finally, Israel, right? Although they had denied it initially, they now open an investigation into what happened in that incident.
Yes.
Now, to be honest with you, I don't expect anything to come out of it.
Yes.
Okay? Because remember, these people are powerful people. These people have money. These people have power on their side, right? And they have friends, powerful friends. So nothing's going to come out of that. Nonetheless, at least they're trying something. You know, they're trying something.
It might
So
be for the optics as well.
exactly, could be as well. So I don't think anybody will be held to account for that. Nothing's going to come out of it. But I just want to repeat what had happened on that day. This little girl and her family were asked to move from where they were, because Israel was bombing the place and so on, and tell them, listen, get out before we start bombing the place. So the family now were in a vehicle, a Kia, and they were making their way to some other location. So Hind, 5-year-old Hind, was in the vehicle. I think her cousin, I think her uncle. I don't remember how many other people were in that vehicle, but they were driving. So when they got to a certain place, they encountered the Israeli army, right? I don't know if they asked questions. I don't know what happened at that point in time, because no dead men tell no tales. Little child is gone. We don't know. But the girl now, because they were watching the girl, and there's evidence that, in fact, I actually have the recording. So the older one, right? What is her name? So I can get her name. I think it was her cousin.
That's not important, Andre. We don't know them.
Her name was. I forgot her name. Anyway, so they were. Leanne. Her name was Leanne. So that's Hind's cousin. So Leanne was on the phone with the 911 people, the operators, and telling them where they were, what had happened, and this sort of thing. While she was there talking, the Israeli army just opened fire on them. So Hind was inside there at that time. And there's a recording of it. If we have the time, I can play the recording. You hear the bullets just go, and the girl is screaming. She's screaming and all of a sudden, things just go quiet. Okay? But Hind was still alive. For whatever reason, that child was still alive. So the Israeli army didn't move. They stayed there. And that sniper, I don't call him that sucker. I don't call him a sniper, he's a sucker. He's there watching. He's there watching what's going on. The little girl picks up the phone and continues the conversation. And the operators are there with her, trying to tell her, take it easy, for hours, keeping her on the phone, because she's 5 years old. Just think of that, right? And there's a voice. I have a voice and everything there, okay? And she's telling them, I'm scared. It's dark. Imagine that. It's dark. She's telling the operator, do you live close by?
To come and get her.
Yeah, that sort of thing. How soon are you coming? And this sort of thing. It's really really a moving story. And while the child was there, they finally were able to get in touch with first responders, right? And the first responders got in touch with the Israeli army, and they said to them, okay, go ahead, we're giving you the green light. Go get the child. So either there was a miscommunication, something didn't go right. The first responders came on the scene. Once the guys arrived there, the Israeli military opened fire on the two first responders. They murdered both of them, right? And now Hind passed in that. When they did the autopsy, they found that the Israeli army had fired 335 bullets at that child.
I wonder how many of them were there, Andre, how many of them were there for one little vehicle?
Yeah.
My goodness.
335. Okay? So that's recorded. In fact, they've already made a movie called The Voice of Henry Jab. And I think there's a foundation that has been named in her honor to track down those suckers who did that. Imagine the first responders say that up to now, it haunts them.
Of course.
They said they felt helpless. They couldn't do anything, right? So if you don't mind, I just want to play the report so you'll hear a little for yourself what happened on that day.
Central Gaza, a 6-year-old girl has been trapped in a car since Monday after she and her family came under Israeli fire, according to the Palestinian Red Crescent Society. CNN's Jemana Karache reports now on her mother's desperation as her daughter runs out of time, and a warning, some of this content you may find disturbing.
A desperate call for help from 6-year-old Hind, terrified, trapped in a car. Everyone around her is dead. Hind was in the car with her uncle, his wife, and their 4 children, trying to flee fighting from this part of northern Gaza. The horror in that car captured in this call for help from her cousin, recorded by the Palestine Red Crescent.
That's the cousin.
Hello? Hello?
Relatives on Monday morning received a call from the family saying they'd come under Israeli military fire.
Rahad called me. She said, "Uncle, my dad, my mum, my sister and brother were killed. I'm bleeding. Help me. I'm dying." I told her, "Tie yourself with anything." At 4 p.m. she died. The only one left was the little girl, Hind. She said, "Please, I'm little. I'm injured. I peed myself."
Hind stayed on the phone with the Red Crescent for hours.
What time is it? She said it's getting dark. I'm afraid of the dark.
The area was too dangerous, hard to reach. They had to keep Hind on the phone as they scrambled to try and get a team to her.
حواليكي في ضرب رصاص؟ خديني يا حبيبتي والله بدي اخذك بس مش بايدي هلا.
As a team was finally dispatched, a psychologist was now on the phone with Hind. But days later, they're still waiting. The Red Crescent lost all contact with Hind and its 2 volunteers who were dispatched to find her. CNN gave the Israeli military details about the incident, including coordinates provided by the Palestine Red Crescent. The IDF says, quote, "We are unfamiliar with the incident described."
We are extremely worried. We need to know what happened. Did they manage to save Hind? Are they arrested? Did they survive? We need answers.
No one more desperate for answers than Hind's distraught mother.
If my daughter didn't die from the bullets, she's going to die from the cold, from the hunger. My daughter said, "Mama, I am hungry." She said, "Mama, I am thirsty. I'm cold." I call on the whole world to bring me back my daughter. I want anyone to call the army. We want our innocent little girl. Hind is too young to be going through this. She is too young.
So many, so young, gone in this war. But one family holds on to the hope that it's not too late to save their little Hind.
Yeah. So, war. I think there's a group that says, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I understand Israel's anger because Hamas attacked them And I condemn those actions in the strongest possible terms. They attacked them. They should not have done that. That's not the way to handle those situations. But Israel's response, man, the response has been horrendous. And they hit the Palestinians. There's this guy called Itamar Ben-Gvir. I think he's the defense minister. Somebody, I can't remember what position he has there in the Israeli army, in the Israeli government. He's the national security minister. He said, listen to this. He said that he's calling for 30 to 40 people to be killed per night in targeted assassinations, right? He's calling for that. He says it's no secret. I think targeted assassination should be carried out in Gaza, taking down 30 to 40 Palestinians every night, right? He says that these are people who are not worthy of life. They shouldn't live. They're not even people. See, that's how they see them. They see them as dogs. That's how they see them.
So what are they?
Exactly.
What do they consider themselves?
I'll tell you exactly what they consider. They consider themselves to be God's special people.
Yes, that's true.
That's how they think of themselves.
True, yes.
And there were a lot of people that believe that foolishness as well. Right in St. Lucia. Yeah, that they are the God's special people, that they have special favors and, this sort of bull. But that's not true. Okay? And even when you read the Old Testament, when they were forming the fool, their ancestors, God drove them out. I'm sick and fed up of you all. I'm sick and fed up what I see going on there. That's not right. You can't be behaving like that. And the sad thing is that America and England and Canada and Germany and all these countries were involved in helping. I think the new prime minister there in England, he came with a little softer tone. He said they could have done better. But the damage is already done.
Yeah.
All the damage is done already, right? Giving them weapons, all ammunition, support, use this, use that, helping Israel. Endless innocent people being killed in this thing. Since a so-called ceasefire, over 1,200 people killed in a ceasefire. These are Palestinians, but they see them as nothing. These people don't have a state. They don't have an airport. They don't have an army. They don't have a police. I mean, it's just like, it's almost the same way that black people were being treated back in the day, back in the days of slavery. And that's why we should get angry at those things. Anyway, so I just gave you a little snippet there as to what these people are going through. It's nothing easy. Nothing easy. Okay? And I hope one day that the people responsible, not all Israelis are like that. I'm not going to say everybody's involved, but I hope the people who are involved in those atrocities, that one day they may be made to account for what they did. Right?
That probably won't happen, eh?
Exactly.
In this world, most times, the most atrocious acts get...
Yeah. Once you're powerful, once you're rich, you're powerful, you're rich, some people see you as being all right because you're powerful and rich. You can get away with almost anything. People see it like that. But a poor person is something else. Yeah.
But also, Andre, but your health tells a different story. So let's just hope something happens to them where the body is concerned.
That's what I was
saying. So they go
saying,
down badly.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's in the health.
Yeah.
On that note, Joe Biden was one of them involved in that, helping Israel. Okay, right now he's sick. He's very, very sick. Now, I know people will feel sorry for him. And I understand, because he's sick. But when he was doing what he was doing, I'm sure people didn't think about those things. Because he was involved. I can tell you that. He was involved. And I meant to talk about it, but I think I'll leave that for another time, because the wife now is saying some things. Yeah, but we don't have time to talk about that right now. Yeah, but I'm just saying, when he was doing what he was doing, he didn't feel sorry for those little children at all, because he was actually saying, he says what he says, the support for Israel is ironclad. Those are his words. It's ironclad. And now you have one now that's even worse. The one that's there in the White House. He's worse in terms of his support. He boasts. He said, and I quote, "I give Israel everything they ask for." He said it. No shame. No shame. I'm laughing,
Why are you laughing after that?
Because, Natalie and myself had a little conversation a couple of days ago there, and then that's why I'm laughing. So she knows why I'm laughing.
You remembered something.
Yeah, I remembered a little joke. Anyway, folks, so we got to wrap things up. Don't forget, coming up at 11:30 this morning is going to be the healing process with Councillor Phil and Claire Leo.
Yes.
So they'll be here from 11:30 until 12:30 with the healing process. And oh my God, how this world needs healing.
So much, yes.
Yeah, we need healing.
One day at a time, Andre.
And you're talking about war, AP, and I just, for many years I've been thinking about how long this planet has had war. In fact, I want to say I'm sure of this, but there has never been an era that there hasn't been war.
True thing, true thing. Yeah, and people feel that to get along, the badder you are, the greater you are. That's how people feel. Okay? It's one thing if you have power, nothing, you have power and so on, right? It's another thing if you use it to do evil. You can have power and do good things, but they feel that they need to do evil. And I don't know when they're going to learn that it doesn't work in the final analysis. If you look at all the bad boys who came before, they all ended up the same way.
But Mr. AP, sometimes the bad boys don't mind dying once they've lived. They don't mind going down in a hail of bullets.
If they've done what they
if they feel powerful and they're able to. Some people are very okay with that.
Yeah. Right now, they're doing a number on Cuba. I was so happy to hear former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony. He spoke about that. He spoke about. I was very, very happy. I say, wow, at least somebody now is reminding St. Lucians of what Cuba is going through. They're going for a rough time, and it's being done deliberately. They're trying to dismantle the International Criminal Court as we speak. They're trying to dismantle it and destroy it because they don't want to be held accountable. Yeah. They have power, they have money, and they have color. Anyway, so, folks, Lady J is going to be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. From 3 until 6 is going to be Zen the DJ. Imagine, today feels like a Friday. I don't know why it feels like a Friday.
It feels like the
because there was cricket last night, I don't know.
Wow.
Because, the usual bright lights and loud music and so on.
All right, so Lady J, have yourself a great show, all right?
Thank you.
Have a good one. So, Natalie, thank you very much, as always. So, folks, look out soon for Natalie. Natalie's going to be, doing some work on air, either with Lady J or maybe apart from Lady J. We're going to work those little details out, all right? So, look out for Natalie coming soon. So, this has been Harddrive. Thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. Our friends there at DBS Television, thank you very much. Linda and the crew, thank you so much.
And thank you for all those who sent in messages. We don't have the time today to read them all out. Even on our YouTube platform, we have some messages. So thank you. We'll get to the next time.
And thank you to Frances for her rum.
Yes, thank you. I have one. I have mine at home.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, she gave all of us one.
Oh, thank you very much. Frances. Okay, Frances. Okay, folks, so this has been Harddrive, brought to you the compliments of Ultramart and Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Looking for a one-stop shop for all your grocery and household needs? Look no further than Ultramart. We stock a variety of options from the world's leading brands, all at affordable prices. Whether you're looking for fresh produce, pantry staples, or household essentials, we've got you covered. And that's not all. Don't miss out on our ultra specials and promotions for a chance to win hundreds of dollars in vouchers, hampers, and special prizes. Visit any one of our 4 convenient locations today or check us out on our Facebook and Instagram page. Ultramart, your one-stop shop for all your grocery and household needs. Shop smart. Shop Ultramart.
From coast to coast.
I would love to hear it.
We're revving up the airway.
Are you sleeping?
On 95.9 FM, the alpha of radio.
Twins of Twins.